Hi guys, my name is Janaea. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll just be sharing another supernatural experience that I've had. And to start this off, and I'm only sharing this part because it ties into the synchronicities of this supernatural experience. So at some point, I want to say it was last year, a friend had introduced me to a show on Netflix, or a series on Netflix called Manifest. And if you've never seen Manifest, it is very good. I typically don't even watch TV, but whenever I was introduced to that show, I binge watched it until I was complete with all 4 seasons. So if you haven't seen it, I would say check it out if you are interested in learning more about it. But anyway, the show itself, it was about some people on an airplane who had disappeared for 5 years, and they returned, and they had not aged a day or anything like that. They had mysteriously returned back to their reality 5 years later. And anyway, the flight number was 828, right? So I'll say after watching that show, even while I was watching that show, so many synchronicities started to occur for me, like surrounding like 828, right? And one of the things that happened was like I would start seeing it on license plates. And another thing that had happened was I was looking through some old photos, and the last time I had went out to party was like 2 years ago on August 28th, which is 828. And when I went back to look at those photos, I had noticed that there near my feet in each picture, and I wasn't in the same spot in each picture, but near my foot or on my foot in each picture, there was a spirit orb on my foot. And I'm curious to know, like, if it's like one of my guardian angels or one of my spirit guides. I don't know, but I thought it was very interesting. I'm actually going to insert the pictures, a few pictures, so that you can see it. I don't even drink or anything like that. So when I went out sober. And since that day, I have not gone out to party. I actually tried going out to party towards the end of last year because I was invited to go bar hopping. And I had agreed to it just to get out the house. And this is not any activities that I typically do at this point in my life, but I wanted to go somewhere. So I'm like, okay, I agreed to it. Now, the day before the bar hopping was supposed to occur, I ended up getting a really sore throat. And I tried everything I could to like get rid of it. And it had just like progressed from there. So that next day, that Saturday, when the bar hopping was supposed to happen, I was not feeling well at all. My head was pounding. I felt like my head was filled with air, and throat was really sore. So that day I stayed home, and I basically just drank some immunity bombs, and I just nurtured myself that day and slept. And later that day, I ended up taking a bath. And while I was in my bath, I was talking to my spirit guides because I'm like trying to figure out like what was the reason for this. Like, how is it that I got under the weather the day I was supposed to go out and party? And I was told that they were like, you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. And I had no choice but to accept that. But anyway, the following day, I was also scheduled, well, I also agreed to go somewhere to meet up with my younger sister later that day. And early that day, I was supposed to meet up with a friend, and we were going to go to a workout class. And I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to go. But interesting enough, the next day, that Sunday, I felt good as new. My throat was not sore. I was not feeling bad at all. I actually felt good and energized. And I thought that was so interesting, but it does make sense now that when I ponder on it. The difference in the 2 days that I'm noticing is that what I was going to be doing on that Saturday was not in alignment with where I am right now. However, the activities that I was doing the following day and the people that I was going to be with, it actually was in alignment. So I say all that to say that whenever you really start to connect with your spirit guides and you actually allow them to guide you and you ask for their guidance, because they're not allowed to just interfere with what you have going on. You actually have to ask for assistance. And when you ask for assistance, they will give it to you. Now you do have free will to do whatever you choose. You can go against what they are, I don't want to say telling you what is right for you, because sometimes it's not going to be them directly telling you. You can go against, let's say, the signs that they give you if you choose to. But if you do, be prepared to suffer whatever consequences come from going against the signs that you're being given. And I did receive clear signs that it wasn't meant for me to be out partying and bar hopping that day, opposed to the following day when I was doing other activities that were more in alignment with me and where I was at that time. So that is the end of my story. Thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful day.